to another episode of An Entrepreneur's Journey. Tonight with us we have Vishnu Browne from Visual Design. Tonight we'll be speaking with him, trying to find out about his journey as an entrepreneur and as a photographer. So I just want to take this opportunity to shout out our sponsors as well. Shout out to Classic Boutique for sponsoring tonight's episode of An Entrepreneur's Journey. It's really a pleasure. We look forward to more support from persons on their business. All right, so we're gonna start off tonight's show by letting Vishnu introduce himself. So tell us a bit about yourself and your business.
All right. Good night, everyone. Um, my name is Vishnu Browne. I am from Simonton and the Grenadines, and I am the founder and owner of Visual Designs. Visual Designs is about photography, graphic designs, but mostly photography.
Great. All right. So how did you come up with that idea of starting a business in regards to photography and graphic design?
Um, Before I even came up with the idea, to be honest, I had to sit down and think about it for a while. And
Yeah.
one person I had to reach out to, for some advice that I wanted to start out something. I reached out to my art teacher back then. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to create something unique, right? Um, and my art teacher once told me, he said, well, if you want to create something, you have to create something that is unique about you, right? You don't want to go anything with just create a name just so you want to create something unique. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay. And I was like, hmm. And the next thing I could think about is about me.
Yeah.
Visual design. So here's the point. VISH. The first four letters of my name.
Uh-huh.
Right? And if you know the word visual, VISUAL. So
Yeah.
VISHUAL from the actual word visual.
Hmm.
So it's kind of cliche. So it's all about me being visual because I mean, and this is where it fits in, because from a
Hmm.
younger age, I mean,
Hmm.
I always like to be drawing and that sort of stuff. I was doing something, putting I was in a corner drawing something. I was
Yeah.
into the art stuff. So it's all about the artistic perspective. Like if I have an eye for something, I was, you know, have a vision for something. So it's all about me being visual,
Yeah.
and that's what it came about.
Oh, that's really cool. I like the fact that you actually use your name and kind of
Yeah.
twist it around to make it
Hmm.
into something unique. And
Yes.
a few days ago I was looking at the name, and I was saying, okay, this is your name, and this is the name of your business, and it's very interesting to see how you put a twist to it. All right,
Mhm.
so that's good. How did you raise funds to start your business? I know a lot of persons sometimes find it difficult to start a business based on finances. So how did you raise funds for persons who are listening? Give them an idea of how you raise funds for starting up your business.
Um, Most likely the person who might go through and borrowing loans from the bank and so on. I mean, that probably would be the last resort they would do in order to start up their business and so on. But in a case where, let's say, if you have a steady job already, right, and you're working, my advice would be like when you get paid, whatever you can put aside, put aside something
Yeah.
save on the other side, right? Save something
Mm-hmm.
and I can contribute. That's basically what I did. I have a job, and in order for me to start my photography business, that is exactly what I did. I invest. So I put aside something that I can, make up the numbers and I can buy my first camera, and then from there went on and
Makes
so
sense. I think that's really good because that's the same thing that I would have done. I would have
on.
worked, and
Hmm.
after working for a while, I would have took some of the money that I was earning to
Hmm.
invest in myself.
Hmm.
So I think I saw a quote sometime. I can't remember the full quote, but what the quote was saying is that, work a 9 to 5 so that you could support your, like, say, 5 to whatever time in the night, because most times you have your business, you do it after work. So after your 9 to 5 you do your work, and then you use your business to funnel like a 24/7 kind of business. So it's like your intention is like from growing from a 9 to 5 to a 24/7 kind of vibes, because as a business owner, you no longer tend to be working a specific hour per day. Most times you're on the go 24/7, trying to improve your business and trying to be the best you can as a business owner and entrepreneur. All right. So how did you first get customers? How did you get customers to start supporting your business?
Um, let's see if I remember correctly. To be honest,
Uh-huh.
before I even thought of getting an actual camera,
Yeah.
this whole thing started out just by using my phone. To be honest, I did a maternity shoot with a co-worker of mine, and I think we did the shoot down at Bookament, and
Mm-hmm.
the way how I took the pictures and then when I came back and edit the pictures and it's like they love the pictures.
Yeah.
They were my first customer just by using my phone, eh?
Yeah.
Because the way how I took the picture and did the artwork behind of it is a total different thing.
Wow.
So that's how I got my first customer.
Okay, and you would have edited them on your phone, or you edited them on the
No,
computer
no, no,
itself?
no. I edit it on my computer.
Oh, you edited on a computer. What type
Yes.
of phone you were using at that time?
Um, Nexus 6P. Nexus.
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
Once
So
yeah, once you talk about
I guess.
Nexus, you're talking about like the Google Pixel and that kind of thing. And that
Uh-huh.
Google Pixel is the upgrade from the Nexus. And up
Oh,
to this
okay.
day, I still have the Nexus.
Oh,
I still have it.
yeah. I think Google does a great job in terms of producing phones with top quality cameras. So
Yeah,
uh,
they do.
yeah,
They
yeah.
do.
I myself would have started on my phone. I never got any paid clients from my phone, but I used to like taking photos as well from my phone, and the passion just came from
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
It
And
was
how
it
do
was
you?
one it was one time for me that when that happened, eh? So
Uh,
when the time I saw that I said, you know what? Okay,
uh-huh.
I think it's time to take this a little bit more serious. So that is when
Yeah,
now I start to put aside something and start looking into a camera.
yeah.
That's basically how I started off.
That's really good.
Hmm.
And it goes to show that you could always start with what you have. You know, even if you don't have something, you will start building your skills, so that when you actually get what you need, you're ready to go, and you have that momentum and drive. All right. How
Hmm.
do you market your business, and what strategy you would have seen the most success from?
Um, Not so much through the marketing because basically what I do once I do a shoot that particular once I do a
Mm-hmm.
photo shoot, I basically put my work out there on Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and
Okay.
I repost them in the stories, you know. So because you put them in different ways where people will either see them as a picture or if they go into stories, because people like to scroll through stories and that kind of thing. So I had to
Yeah.
put it both ways, either way.
Oh, okay, okay. So you
Yeah.
mostly on Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram mostly, Facebook not so
Uh-huh.
much, but I mean I try to balance it.
Balance it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So in
because
terms
my,
of
my Facebook page is okay too, so I try to balance my work
mhm.
on Facebook as well.
In terms of Facebook and Instagram, which one you think you get the most reach on?
Instagram,
Instagram. Yeah,
Instagram.
I find so too. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I post up something on Facebook, then you get this certain amount of audience views, and then you post it on Instagram, same thing on Instagram, but you find more people interacting, and so I think Instagram, when it comes to visual in terms of photos and
Hmm.
so,
Hmm. Hmm.
leading the way right now. All right. So how
Um,
many hours per day on average do you dedicate to your business?
um, I I would have to say I have to juggle it between my actual job
Yeah.
and the time that I get off from work. Then I come home to sit down and do some editing. I mean, if my body decides to cooperate with me,
Yeah. Yeah.
because my job is, I mean, I work at the airport. I'm an aviation security officer.
Yeah.
So I usually do 4 days on a shift, 2 mornings, 2 evenings, and I get 2 days off. So
Yeah.
sometimes I get it up like 3 o'clock in the morning, depends, 2 o'clock in the morning to get ready for work because the transportation comes to pick us up at like around 4 o'clock. Work starts at 6 and then we get off at 1. So it's kind of tedious though, but I mean, once I know I have a job to be done in terms of my photography,
Yeah.
I push that, yes.
Yeah.
So once I get off from work and then get home and I know I have things to do, then I'll do that. Let's say if I get off at 1, I probably reach home like 3 o'clock and settle myself and then get into my editing.
Yeah.
Unless if I don't have a client that I have to deal with in terms of photo shoot,
Yeah.
from work straight to the studio and I have my client to deal with and then hope come home after and get whatever work I need to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. Sound like a really packed day. Um, so definitely think that it would take a lot to go through it. But that's part of the entrepreneurial journey. So
Yep, yep.
I'm sure that you enjoy it. Um, would you consider going full time after a while if you gain a certain amount of success in the photography industry?
Um, it's something I was thinking about, but I wouldn't let it go. I wouldn't go to it full time just yet. I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely going to take some time to build up before I could even decide if I'm going to do it full time.
Hmm.
Because photography is something that is seasonal, right?
Yeah.
You may not all the time have clients reaching out to you. They want to inquire about your service for photo shoot, like for birthday or weddings or anything like that. Wedding especially.
Hmm.
And there's a timing for that as well. So not all the time someone will reach out to me and so on. There's a still time and what's and so. If I was to decide to let go of my main job and go into photography, yeah, then I will have some setback.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't just say I will go into it full time. So I'll just stick it out as long as I can.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more than likely a reasonable way of
Hmm.
thinking about it because if you're going full time, like you say, you would want to build up, and I think if you go in full time, you would have to have that cushion
High
of
clientele. You gotta have a high clientele.
yeah, and you have to have a cushion, cash cushion, just in case that you don't
Mm-hmm.
have a profitable month, so that you have
Yeah.
money in the bank that you could actually take care of yourself without
Hmm.
even
Yeah.
having a shoot for a month or so because like you say
Hmm.
it's seasonal and so all right.
Yeah.
Quick question, like over the past few years since you're doing photography, what type of clients you think you get most, male or female? Who books the most shoots,
Female.
male or female? Females. Yeah,
Female. I have a lot
the
of
reason
female clients.
a lot of female clients. Yeah, I've noticed that. So that's why I asked because I've noticed that. I've realized like there's very it's very it's very rare for like a male to like book a photo shoot or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then even if it's like a couple shoot, you won't find the female or the.
For it might be once or twice that ever happened.
Yeah.
I did I can recall I did an engagement shoot. No,
Hmm.
twice. Two engagement shoot,
Yeah.
and I had a client came to my studio to do an anniversary shoot. So about 3 times I did that.
True. True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. So I think one of the things that I think would be good is like something I'm thinking about like in terms of like you the way you promote your business. I think it has to be something more lean towards female so that it could really like catch female because as you could clearly see you most of the clients are female, so it's like I was thinking like in terms of marketing it's marketing towards female mostly because I had a similar experience like that. All
Mm.
right, so how does being an entrepreneur affects your social life and your family life?
Um, it doesn't, you know. To be honest, it
Mm.
doesn't. I'm a very open person, so
Yeah.
I never have no problem concerning my family life or social life. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, so
So
as a
it's like, so even though if I'm here sitting down doing some work or whatever, and if
mhm.
anybody decides to message me, blah blah blah, we hold a conversation, that sort of thing, on and off basis. So it's never a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good.
Hmm.
So on a Friday night, what you would be doing if you're off?
Listen, me, if I don't feel sometimes if I don't feel like any mood of doing anything, I would just be home relaxing or something. I mean,
Hmm.
of course, there are times I might decide that I want to just take a break from the editing and so on.
Yeah.
As you gotta need time for yourself. Trust me, because
Yeah.
as much as I have the passion for photography and this kind of thing, yes, it's passionate. I love it, yes, but it can be stressful.
Definitely.
But I do what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's good to see that you have that balance and you're mindful that you need to take a break and catch
Hmm.
yourself so that you could stay effective in your editing and photography. All right. So what motivates you as an entrepreneur?
Um, should I say as a photographer?
Yeah, as a photographer. Yeah.
Basically, other photographers around the world looking at their work.
Hmm.
I mean, that is what definitely motivates me to push harder to you know get
Hmm.
better at what I'm doing. I mean, here in Stevenson, almost every photographer that I know knows my work and so on. I mean,
Hmm.
I can say they follow my page as well. They've seen my growth
Hmm.
in my work and so on. I follow all the photographers around the world, maybe from like Barbados, Jamaica, and so on. And looking
Hmm.
by their work is what motivates me.
Great, great.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
I've been following you for a while. Definitely see the growth and see the high quality work that you've been producing. All right.
mhm.
Is there any is there anyone like say you said that there's other photographers that you look at that might motivate you or inspire you? Is there one particular one that you would mention that you gain a lot of inspiration from that kept you motivated to improve your work?
Actually, there's two though.
Yeah.
Bradley Banner from Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
and Sebastian Brown from Barbados. Bassidic Brown.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I
good
mean,
vibes.
with Bass, I totally respect that guy. The man is just so creative and innovative with his
Mm-hmm.
in terms of props and setting up. The man just he kills it.
Yeah,
The man goes all the way out and creating stuff just to create a shoot. Eh?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I could
I
see,
respect.
I could see it because he do a lot of studio work too.
Hmm.
If we're honest, and I'm seeing
Yeah,
a lot of that from you as well.
yeah.
I follow him. I think he does Bajan Tube as well. For
Yes,
anybody who's
he's the owner. He's the one who's behind Pigeon Tube. Yes.
yeah. So if anybody watching, I think people might know that brand more. All
Yeah.
right. So that's really good. What has been your most satisfying moment as a photographer or as an entrepreneur?
Opening my studio is my most satisfied, hands down. My studio
Wow.
because it's something I've been pushing forward to for a longest while. I mean, I have to sit down and think about it and know exactly what I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
because my one of my biggest struggle in terms of trying to do a studio shoot is that I had to do it privately. I
Yeah.
had to be toting around my load, my backdrop stands, and my backdrop and my camera equipment just to go and get a shoot done. And it was rather hectic,
Yeah.
and traveling a long distance just to get to the location where I'm going to do the shoot. And I
Mm-hmm.
said to myself, I said, no, I don't think this can work anymore. So I had to sit down and think long and hard about what I'm going to do. What will be my next move?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was looking around in town, trying to see what spaces available and so on. I mean, I had to look at the appropriate space. I had to look at the security somewhere that is available and so on and so on.
Yeah.
But I didn't go into it right away. I had to do a rain check on it. So I had to set back on it for a year, and then I decided to go into it fully last year. So and then now I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
Yeah.
that's good. Um, and I like the fact that you mentioned the time that you would have took to
Yeah.
actually do it. You said
Excuse
that
me.
you would have been set back for like a year, because sometimes I think that as entrepreneurs, sometimes we tend to want to execute a plan, but if we're not able to execute it like right now, um, most time we tend to give up on it. So the fact that you kept going at it and realized that this would have been something that would improve the service you offer, and
Mm-hmm.
you were patient with waiting for it that time so that you could execute and open your studio. That's really
Mm-hmm.
good, and I like that. I
Yeah.
what has been your worst experience as an entrepreneur?
Um, I have a couple. Um, being patient with clients.
Mhm.
When you tell them a certain time, they come late.
Yeah.
That's one. Um, let's see, probably weddings. Weddings is another case by itself. Dealing with weddings, yes.
Yeah.
And the next one that basically makes us grieve is when our equipment get damaged unseen.
Wow.
Yes, I would say
Yo.
that would be the very hardest thing to deal with.
Yo, it's hard to hold it together. So that happened to you before. You got equipment
Boy,
damage, and what was your
that
reaction?
that happens like a couple times,
Uh-huh.
twice. One of the most difficult time,
Yeah.
and especially with my equipment, which is the Godox
Light?
8200. Yeah, the
Oh,
Godox
the light. Yo.
8200. Oh man,
Yo.
I told you that thing that just make me grieve, boy.
So how did you went about the shoot still, or did you stop the shoot?
No, it it was still functionable, no, but I mean, it's difficult for you to see your equipment getting damaged. You just don't want to see it get damaged at all.
Yo.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
trying to be
So.
mindful. You're trying to be mindful, not getting any equipment damaged at all. But
Uh.
eventually, along the line, there will have to be some mishap and something will happen. It's not.
Yeah.
It can't be avoided.
Yeah, for real. Because I remember this one time I was taking some photos, and then after I finished,
Mm-hmm.
and just about to take the last two shots, feeling confident and everything, and then there goes my stand. Stand fell over. My my light broke. The
Oof.
bulb broke.
And
So it was
what
a
lighting equipment do you have?
it was a Godox 8600, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
I know the bulb alone costs 100 US. And the
Jesus.
whole thing costs 550 US or so. But the bulb
Wow.
alone costs 100. So I was there. Yo, I finished the shoot one time. I couldn't hold up in terms of like holding my composure to go forward. All I was thinking about is replacing it, trying to get it back, because that was the only strobe light I have
Mm-hmm,
had.
mm-hmm.
So, but the lucky thing is that it was working still. The
Mm,
bulb
yeah.
was broken, so I just needed a bulb to replace the one that was broken so that it could work again. So that was a good thing. So instead of buying a whole new strobe, I just had to buy the bulb for like 100 US,
Okay, okay.
120,
Let
which
me
was
see.
good.
And the reason why I chose those 8200 cars. it's all about the portability, so I can get around easy,
Yeah,
instead of toting a
and you
lot
could
of weight.
travel. You could travel with it as well if
Yeah,
you go in on a
yeah,
plane.
totally.
Could
I
probably put like
mean,
two in your bag.
yeah, I have two of them right now. I had a third, but I ended up giving it
Hmm.
away. I made a deal with
Yeah,
somebody for that.
yeah.
Buying one of those things is like rough right now on Amazon's like 300
Three
US.
hundred and fifty. I think it's like 350 now, bro.
No, the 350, that is probably the Pro, not the first
Oh,
one.
oh, oh. Okay,
So the
okay.
first one is what I have. The first one is around 300 US. So in total, like if I order that, well, because I don't do self clear or anything like that, so I roughly
Hmm.
paying between 1800 dollars just to buy to get the one of those lights, eh?
Hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think one of the things that kind of hinders persons interested in photography sometimes is the price of equipment, because equipment could be so expensive.
They are,
Um,
they are.
yeah, like if I go pan a shoot right now and I set up, the setup is actually about say like say 15,000 in terms of everything. If I supposed to sit down and calculate everything that I'm using, because everything is so expensive
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in regards to photography.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that
A lot of
hinders.
people don't know that. A lot of people don't
Yeah,
understand that.
I think that hinders a lot of persons from thing.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, if you're interested in taking up some sort of business or some sort of skill, definitely go for it. The investment will be worth it, because you will be feeling fulfilled, because I'm sure when you finish a shoot and you see the quality of work that you actually did and produced, you actually feel some sort of fulfillment and satisfaction within your heart, knowing that you would have created this,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Yeah. So, what piece of advice would you give to somebody who is considering starting a business, or someone who recently started a business?
Um, I would give you advice to any person out there who wants to start a business or in a business currently. And firstly, you gotta think of what you want to do in the long run,
Hmm.
right? I mean, you might just make one big step one time, but you gotta take it bit by bit. Firstly,
Yeah.
you have to invest in yourself, right? Say, for example, like myself, I'm a photographer. You invest in your equipment that you want to use piece by piece by piece. Like whatever job you're doing and you get paid
Yeah.
for it, make sure you put aside to buy something else in the future, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I had to. Okay, let me not go away from the that question. So you invest in yourself, you buy equipment piece by piece,
Yeah.
right? And then you want to do something out there to market yourself, show what you can do. You reach out to people and say, "All right, I want to do this and do that," you know,
Yeah.
and that's how you go on.
Yeah. So, how how much would you encourage how important do you think investing in education in regards to the skill that you would like to master is? How important do you think that is?
Um, okay, if I should think fully on this one, I mean, in states or wherever, or they might be doing online classes concerning photography, which takes thousands of dollars
Hmm.
to to go through, like those master classes and what's not.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't have to go through all that. I'm self-taught.
Hmm.
I went on YouTube, doing my little research, looking at other photographers, see what exactly do, understanding how to use a camera, what is the different parts of the camera, how to do this, do that, like the aperture, the shutter speed, and lens and that kind of thing, and so on.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
not just YouTube alone. Coming back to the photographers here in Stevenson who I looked up to, I
Yeah.
mean, I I reached out to them asking for advice and so on. how to do
Yeah.
this, how to do that, and so on. But even though I sometimes I was not so how should I say 100% in asking anything, but then I still push hard on doing my own research, like on YouTube. I just keep looking and teach myself and what's not. So that's
Hmm.
basically what I do. Anybody can
Yeah.
learn anything as long as you're serious. And
Hmm.
I mean, let's say not everybody may be privileged in doing a master class and such and such, but hey,
Yeah.
you have something at your disposal. You have YouTube can practically show you anything, and that's what I do.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a valid point that you made. Like you said, everybody would be able to do a master class. I mean, like, if we had the opportunity to do it, we definitely would do it. Because it would be some sort of new experience gain
Mhm, mhm.
that would help to improve. But
Especially learning from the
the
professional
pros,
themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
But as you said, YouTube is there at your disposal that you could
Hmm.
actually go and learn something that you're interested in, so that you could actually develop that skill that you need to start your business and produce some sort of quality service to your customers. So that's really good. Is there
Yeah.
any other types of resources that you would recommend to persons if they want to learn and they want to develop themselves as an entrepreneur?
Um. Other than YouTube, do take my other advice. Do reach out to other photographers who probably have the experience.
Yeah,
Ask advice, seek advice from them, and they can guide you along the way. 'Cause that's basically what I did.
yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah.
yeah. And that's
So
that's 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 really bold of you, because I think sometimes we tend to shy away from asking other persons who are in the same
no,
industry
I mean, come on.
stuff.
It
You know.
doesn't hurt to ask. I mean,
Hmm.
if it's for you, not something that you want to do, it
Yeah,
won't hurt to ask.
yeah. Because one of the things that you would benefit from is that they would have went through certain situation and certain experience, and based on their knowledge, that would help you to
Hmm.
avoid going through certain situation.
Yeah.
Because one of the issue I had when I just started out in my business was I would have purchased certain stuff, certain equipment, and it wasn't necessarily needed because
Hmm. Hmm.
of what I'm
Hmm.
doing. So I would have
Yeah.
purchased items that I don't need. So it's like
Exactly.
a waste of money. Which,
Yeah.
well, if I had
I
somebody
made
to
that
say,
mistake too. I made
you
that
know,
mistake too.
yeah, if you had somebody to tell you, well, boy,
Yeah.
you need this to improve on your lighting, you need this,
Hmm.
then you would avoid
And
wasting
then
money and
eventually I
stuff.
had to figure it out myself. Huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
same
I had
here.
to sit
So,
down back and think on the stuff that I bought and like I spent unnecessary money on. So yeah, I did that too. I
yeah,
made that mistakes as well. I had to learn
yeah.
that the hard way.
So I definitely agree with you when you say, reach
Mm-hmm.
out to somebody, ask them a question and so forth. All right. So, do you have any promotion or any sale coming up? Could be 3 months from now, could be 4 months from now.
Um, I I'm kind of thinking of, well, it hasn't been in motion yet, but I was contemplating on doing a independence shoot, possibly
Uh-huh.
depending on my work schedule. So I still have not made check on that yet. I had to check my work
Yeah.
schedule to see how that plays out. I mean, I
Mhm.
have a friend of mine who reached out to me asking if we're going to do an independent shoot. So
Yeah.
that's something I'll take into consideration. And hopefully in December, yes, December, I'll be doing Christmas shoot again as well.
Yeah. That's
So
really good.
Christmas is around the corner before you could even wink.
Yeah, for real. I
Yeah.
haven't seen much persons doing independent shows, so I definitely think that would be something cool. Yeah,
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
I've never really seen much of it, so definitely. All right, so if you're listening, shout out Vishnu for your Christmas shoot in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Definitely link with him. All right. How can someone get in touch with you if they want to like book a service, or probably reach out and ask you a question?
Well, they can reach out to me via the social platforms, mostly Instagram. They can DM me. There's
Yeah.
a link. There's one of the tab there in the bio. Can directly come straight to my number. You can WhatsApp me. You can call me. Anyhow, you can message
What's it?
me.
What's
Huh?
your Instagram? What's your Instagram handle?
Visual designs.
Visual design. So
Yes, VISHUAL designs with a S.
designs.
Designs. Yeah.
All right. So check him out on Instagram or on Facebook. Real quality. Some real good quality photos and studio shoots, outdoor shoots, and so forth. All right. So just want to say shout out to our sponsor for tonight, Classic Boutique. Um, they sell lots of exclusive clothing, I would say, because if I need to go out, I will go there and shop. So check them out, male or female, whether it's boy or girl. Check them out for your clothing needs. All right. So just wanna shout them out for and say thanks for sponsoring tonight. Vishnu, thanks for coming on tonight. Really appreciate it and
It was my pleasure.
wish you all the success in 2022 for the rest of 2022. Now is the fourth quarter of the year, so wish you much success. All right, thanks to our viewers for listening tonight, and those who are listening at their own on their own time. Thank you for listening, and looking forward to sharing more journeys with you over the next few weeks. So have a good night, everyone.
All right.